My name's Lisa Greenwood and I'm watching Doctor Who.
Good evening, folks. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time some Doctor Who news. News from in and around the universe that may or may not affect you on a deep emotional level, but nowhere near as deep as that regeneration seed. Oh, man. Sorry. Still kicked me in the feels there. Yeah, usual weirdness going on. Rumors, lies. Of course, I wish I'd remembered to put it up. Somebody had put out a logo claiming that it was a leaked logo for, the upcoming Whittaker era of Doctor Who, but it turned out, the person who created it came out and said, look, no, it was a fake. I created it, yada, yada, yada. Too bad, too, because really damn good looking logo. Maybe I'll have to remember to stick it up. Maybe I will if I have time. But crap like that happens all the time. And also there's rumors going around from Gallifrey based there. There's one person I've seen put up something. Oh, wow. Do I have to do it? All right. That allegedly, that it's going to take at least 2 episodes into the next series before the TARDIS gets recovered. And what goes on from there, other than that, don't know. But there's been stories going around that the reason why they shot Jodie Whittaker's reveal the way they did was that is going to tie in to when she does finally find a way to recover the TARDIS when the TARDIS is recuperated. Now, there's, like I said, you've had the idiots running around going, the TARDIS has rejected her. No, the TARDIS kicked her out because there was an impending bad thing going to happen in that console room. And like, basically, get the hell out of here. You can fall or you can burn. And that's all that it was. And I love it. Somebody was trying to get me going in the comment box again, and I can't believe I even wasted my time on that because it's the typical Dr. Freedom, you're a hypocrite and all that. I said, no, I'm just telling you the truth. That's the way it is. If you don't like it, well, it's in the record book now. Jodie Whittaker is now the 13th Doctor. She has been since she was hired last May. And frankly, I'm loving all, but here's the weirdest one. Speaking of petitions and weirdness, apparently somebody said that there was a petition that had already gotten like 1,700 signatures in 4 days to have Doctor Who removed from BBC America. Yeah, BBC America is going to kick its #1 highest rated Saturday night drama off the air because of a couple thousand disgruntled fans got together and made an online petition. And by the way, online petitions are about as common as, let's just say there's been more online petitions in history than I've probably had hot meals in my lifetime. And take a look at me. I've had a lot of hot meals. Can you tell? So it's just a lot of weirdness going on. And like I said, it's just beyond me. It's just a lot of people are now, basically saying that, Doctor Who fandom has gotten to the point that sometimes are even ashamed of the behavior. And I'm telling you right now, I am ashamed of some of the behavior I've seen from what I thought were some very open-minded, very intelligent Whovians out there. And, let's get to the news before I depress the hell out of you, okay? Oh, here we go off again to the news at the Lord. New Year's almost here. Okay. First off, we got Recreating the TARDIS, this nice little vid over on the BBC One page. Bam, bam, bam. Hee, hee, hee. Be sure to go enjoy this. It's only about a minute or so long. Basically, Moff and them are having, fangasms over the fact they recreated the TARDIS console room. Now, there's been a lot of weirdness going on because the one wall that they did use for the Hartnell TARDIS in this episode was from Day of the Doctor, the curator's wall, in the Under Museum or whatever it was. In the curator's underwear, or whatever. But the reason being is, like Moffat says in the beginning of this video, by the time they got to the 10th planet, the TARDIS set was basically 2 walls and the console. And that was about it. So the fact that they decided to show another wall, I don't know why everybody's freaking out over that. Whew, okay, letting go the Doctor. This is a nice article. I sat here and read through this, and it kind of, it touches, on that sensitive subject of when you have to let go and all that. and moving on to the future and all that. And give it a read. It's not that long, and I found it very moving. It was very, very well written. Okay. Now, Peter Capaldi wrote this adorable letter to a Doctor Who fan, dreading his regeneration. I can't remember if I went over this, but I do remember that I don't remember reading the letter. So here we go. All right, one young fan, 9-year-old David McGilloway from Ireland, was apparently dreading the regeneration until he received a handwritten letter from Capaldi himself. The letter, which his father Brian shared on Twitter, is completely adorable and very reassuring. Here we go. Quote, I can't do a Glasgow accent, and I'm not going to try. All right, just to warn you, because there's Scottish people who would hunt me down and kill me. All right, here we go. Dear David, I hope you're having a Merry Christmas. Christmas is always good fun. Well, not always. Not every single second. Regenerating is not completely good fun, and it usually happens about Christmas time. But you know what? Even though it can be a little icky, like a really bad flu, it has always turned out good for Doctor Who. The new Doctor always becomes your favorite, and the one that goes, well, he never really goes. He's always there, somewhere in time and space. And if you think about it hard enough, you'll see him, and he'll see you. It's like the Doctor says, everything ends, and it's always sad, but everything begins again, and that's always happy. Be happy. So have a brilliant Christmas, a happy new year, and a wonderful life. I'm sure you will. All the best, Peter Capaldi. And he always signs it Doctor ? And this guy is just a class act and a half, man. He is going to be a tough act to follow, especially, in the fan department with all the things he did for the fans out there. Like the year at Comic-Con where he just walked up and down the queue line that was waiting to get into his presentation and was taking selfies and autographing people's stuff for free. And then, of course, he just took off and started wandering around the con. He was driving security nuts. There's only been one other actor. Well, actually, there's a couple in the New Who era that have been doctors that I can think of who've done stuff like that, on the fly. And Matt Smith ain't one of them. All right. That's why I pick on Matt. Okay, the jig is up. Designer of Doctor Who's new logo admits it's fake. Oh, here it goes. I did remember to put this article up. Good. Because it was a great logo. You never know. You told them to press it, man, because this was it. This was the image that had been bouncing around last couple of days, and people have been going, it's been leaked. And the thing is, even I was sitting here going, wait a minute, it's kind of early for them even to have this sitting on a server or anything like that for anyone to grab. But of course, eventually the fella came forward and admit, no, it's a fake. It's not real. So, and it bounced all over the place until, he put this up right here, this little tweet from Jake Johnstone that, it's not, like I said, and the thing is, there have been a lot of fans who've been doing stuff for Doctor Who who've wound up hired onto the show. Heck, the last opening segment we had was based off one a fan did. So, and also there's been fans who have now been hired into the animation department. So, keep up the good work. You never know. I thought that was kind of snazzy, actually. I got a kick out of it. All right, moving on. Fans say Jodie Whittaker nailed her Doctor Who debut, but Peter Capaldi ruled the Christmas special. And, of course, that's very true. Yeah, this whole episode was for Peter. It really was. And it told her. Now, a lot of people have been freaking out because how come William Hartnell don't remember that 3 doctors or the 5 doctors or anything? And the thing is, if you listen to Big Finish Productions, the way they explain this is when the Doctor encounters his other selves, only the current incarnation will remember that event. So the 3 doctors, Pertwee would remember. So 2 doctors, Colin Baker would remember. You see what I'm getting at? That's how they explain stuff like this. So that's the best way to think of it. Also, if you start overthinking this stuff, Doctor Who's contradicted itself so many times over its own history. Like I said, I remember that one time during the Pertwee where you had like 3 different explanations for what the hell happened to Atlantis in one series. All right, or one season. So it's like, get over it. You're never going to get continuity. Stays, on a straight track in Doctor Who. The female goes to Doctor Who's past and what they say about Jodie Whittaker's future. Now, this was an interesting article, and it runs over you know, the companions versus what you call it, and all that. Well, there's that photo that we all discuss every now and then, though, where everything's covered. And so, and it goes over their individual strengths, you know, the female companion and compared, you know, to, you know, female doctor and whatnot. So give it a read. It's a nice little thing over on Sci-Fi Wire. 13 is more than just a female doctor. She's the next phase of Doctor Who's evolution. And this is over on the Mary Sue. And okay, so the thing is this, and I've been trying to tell people this a long time ago. Moffat may have actually done the thing where you've had, you know, different Time Lords being mentioned and, you know, as being different genders. And then, of course, you had the Corsair, which was mentioned first all the way back in the Doctor's Wife. And you had the General in, Hellbent. Or was it Heaven Sent? No, it's Hellbent. Getting zonked and he regenerates into a woman and yada, yada. But the thing is, it was not Moffat's idea. It never was. Like I said, a lot of people were going, it was that joke Tom Baker told when he was leaving. Yeah, it started out as a joke. He was just, you know, being flippant. And when he said, you know, when they referred to, you know, the actor is going to replace him, he goes, I'm sure, you know, over his, you know, his or herself, yada, yada, yada. And the thing is, though, in 1986, when Colin Baker did the, you know, had to take the hiatus because of the thing going on, you know, with the BBC, Sidney Newman approached the BBC and said, let's get rid of Colin Baker and make the next Doctor female if you're going to replace him. Except he wanted a credit, and I think he wanted a cut or something like that. And they said, sorry, Sidney, even though you created the show, get your ass out of here, Mr. Canada. No, but, you know, that's just how they were, you know. So it didn't happen. And, of course, Sylvester McCoy was brought in, and he brought, you know, the show to its close. All right, Karen, Gillan, and Pearl Mackie have some advice for Jodie Whittaker's new Doctor Who companions. And I'll let y'all read this one. Karen Gillan is a little bit, but then again, she's doing a lot better in the acting department than somebody else. I'll put it to you this way. Between her and Matt Smith, guess who's most likely to be pushing a shopping cart down an alley looking for newspapers to insulate his, what do you call it, his suit he just got picked up at the Goodwill donation center. Oh, sorry. Hey, I pick on Matt, all right? I'm allowed to. He was a damn good doctor, don't get me wrong. Okay, 13 tweets to perfectly sum up the reaction to Jodie Whittaker's first Doctor Who appearance. And there's a lot of good stuff here. You know, go, you know, like I said, stay positive. If you go looking for negativity, you're going to find it. Mark Gatiss tried to get Jon Pertwee's jacket into the Doctor Christmas special, and apparently he did, because if you look, I can't remember if this, I have to go back and double check, but it is hanging on the one coat rack in the TARDIS. And of course, there's the photo of that's running around of when Peter put on the jacket and all that. And this was an actual jacket that, you know, Pertwee wore in Planet of the Daleks. I have the picture up on the Dr. Freedom Facebook page, and people are loving it. And it's just, you know, poor Peter, if, you know, if his smile went any further, his head would split in half and fall off at the jawline. I'm not kidding. It just, you know, he's so happy wearing that jacket, man. And also there's a picture of Nick Briggs wearing it too. But a lot of people, someone goes, I think it was Benjamin Davis, he goes, well, how come he didn't wear it in the episode? That jacket's over 40 years old, man. That's a relic. That's a piece of Doctor Who history. You know, you can't exactly replace it if something happens to it. All right, Tampa good. Young cosplayers react to the new Doctor, and there's some nifty stuff here and all that. And the thing is, there were a lot of people out there cosplaying Jodie even before she first appeared, you know, back in, well, actually, you know, around the time, of course, of the, you know, Revelation video or whatever. And so interesting to see, you know, how that works. Also, there's a lot of people who are really pissed off when they bought the wrong colored coat. But oh, well. It's 1972 Doctor Who Faneuil. That's right, a new fan-produced publication written in tribute to the Doctor Who annuals of the 1970s is looking for contributors. So if you're interested in this project, if you want to be a part of it, here's the email, blah, blah, and you can also check out their Facebook page. So there's a lot of people who still collect the annuals and all that. It was never my big hoopty-ding-dong thing. So, all right, so, okay. Peter Capaldi remembered how the 12th Doctor became my doctor's daughter, and this is a very, very touching article as well. Please go give it a look-see. All right, and moving on. Oh, and someone said I should move on from the ratings. I can't, because when you look around the world, even with, online television, online viewing and all that. Twice Upon a Time averaged 378,000 viewers in the 5 major capital cities in Australia. It was ABC's TV's highest rating drama of the day. It was 19th highest of the program of all, but remember, because you had the Ashes, you had Big Bash Cricket, the Hobart Yacht Race, and all that stuff going on. But it was the highest rated drama on Australian television that day. And yet everybody's jumping around going, the show's going to get canceled. How come it don't get 13 million views anymore like it did back in the day? Like, way called Voyage of the Darned. And no, the thing was, remember, no, I'm not mocking you. I just want to bring this up because it's a very good point. When Voyage of the Damned was on, online viewing of programs is still in its infancy pretty much as far as British programming goes. And also, it wasn't available as it is now, with iView, whatever, and all that other stuff going on. So, of course, all the ratings numbers are way higher back in the day. It's because the only place you could really watch it was television. So, and of course, this time went on and all that. And remember, people are freaking out and all that because the show is going to get canceled. The show is not going to get canceled. No, Jodie Whittaker was not a conspiracy by the BBC to get rid of the television show. And someone got really offended and called me a weird names and all that because I dropped this one on their lap the other day. I said, oh, yeah, the BBC, in their infinite diabolical, little plans, decided to concoct this amazing, thing right out of a Rube Goldberg device manual. This incredibly intense, imaginative, intelligent plan to wipe out their own biggest $60 million a year cash cow. That's almost like my favorite conspiracy theory I've heard I'll put it to you this way, it holds about as much water as the one that was running around for a while, that there was a cursed mummy sarcophagus on the Titanic, and that's why it sank. Yet, if you look at the manifest, there never was such a thing. Oh, well, folks, so good night. Take care, and ta-ta. Enjoy the rest of your night. And if I don't see you before the new year, Happy New Year. I hope 2018 is far, far kinder to everybody. 2017 did have its ups and downs, and every year does. But please, if you're out there and you're feeling down, you're feeling dim, always remember the future is always there. And you never know what it's going to throw at you, bad or good. And sometimes the future could be amazing. Good night.